Hello, everyone. My name is Somi, and this is her Invisible Prowess. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, today's collective reading is going to be regarding towards your love connection with the person on your mind. I'm already getting the download that someone is in deep thought and deeply regretting for how they've allowed you to literally slip through their fingers, and they definitely have a lot of things to say to you that has not been said. So I'm definitely tapping into that type of energy. More than likely you are no longer in each other's lives, not actively anyway. It's been a while since you've been in communication with this person. It's been a while since you've uh, last seen each other. So yeah, I'm definitely tapping into this type of energy here. Let's dive into the overall themes of today's message. I'm gonna be using Angel Numbers Oracle deck, and as usual, the cards have already been shuffled prior to recording. So we have Soul Connection here. You are connected to souls that you meet. This is definitely someone who is in your soulmate. Okay, there's no doubt about it. There's no question about it. You are both being intuitively guided in how to approach this journey, okay? And something about this is deeply, deeply transformative, and you're definitely, um, there's definitely a receiving of downloads and downloads of inner guidance and inner wisdom, okay? 1212 could be symbolic for you. Also 1818 and 555, and wow, abundant blessings as well. So yeah, something about this is like the purest form of love that you could possibly ever meet. And this is definitely calling you to your soul's purpose. And along with that purpose is true emotional fulfillment, okay? But this is not an easy feat, unfortunately. This is, like it says here, it's deeply, deeply transformative. And it's these types of changes that are definitely the most challenging, the most trying. It's definitely something that will test your faith. And test you as a character, okay? But all of which are definitely meant to serve you on a grander purpose, on a grander vision here. And you're being led, okay, to this 222, which is abundant blessings. Abundance is flowing toward you. Keep your thoughts positive and watch your dreams manifest. So yeah, let's see what else is going on here. I'm gonna be tapping into unspoken truth, but so far so good. Okay, um let's see what we have here. We have here right away, bottom of the deck, we have, if there's a next life, I'd tell you sooner, okay? This person is deeply regretful of how they've fumbled you and how they allowed you to slip through their fingers, okay? But they definitely have some healing to do. This transformative change is not one-sided. It's definitely for the both of you. You're being guided. You're allowing intuitive nudges, okay, intuitive hits and downloads to heal yourself, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to come in a wounded place, but it may be also about breaking generational curse. And you may be someone who is coming from a very humble beginning, whether that be poverty, damaging relationships, whatever it could be. You're meant to heal from this, and the coming of you two together is the final fruition, the full circle moment, okay? Yeah, so something about this connection, this highly spiritual connection, it seems like it's deeply, deeply fated. Um, Meeting each other was definitely not an accident. It's not a mere coincidence. It's like looking back, looking or trying to take a step back and zoom out a little bit and detach. All of this is all meant for the highest good of the both of you, okay? And you may be someone who has kind of completely let go of this person, has walked away, but they may be still in the back of your mind and you can't quite explain this, um, attraction here. It could be psychic connection. You're just in each other's minds. This person, regardless of the distance, regardless of the huge lack of communication, they're definitely stalking you on social media, maybe even as far as creating fake profiles to see your stories on Snap or Instagram, whatever it may be, to kind of literally cover their tracks. And they're very big on not revealing their hand, but again, that comes from a wounded place that they've not quite healed. So they're not big on being vulnerable. They're not big on really sharing their feelings, okay? Which they deeply fear being rejected. They deeply fear suffering a massive loss. They have may experience a very painful past relationships that have led to trauma, unfortunately. But this person, this time of separation is definitely allowing them to heal. And it's kind of triggering, it's definitely triggering the spiritual awakening for this person to break down these narratives, and break down most definitely how they've been allowing the past to literally, quite literally, shape their life and their future also, okay? And they're definitely someone who is a classic avoidant, unfortunately. So their withdrawal and this separation has absolutely nothing to do with you, but it's always how they've dealt with romantic relationships, not allowing themselves to get more invested any further and literally like protect themselves. But they're definitely coming into terms that the walls that they've built to protect themselves is the same walls that's literally imprisoning them, okay, imprisoning them. um so this whole experience is definitely something that's made quite a disruption, not on just their lives, but for the both of your lives. Definitely, it's definitely a refining process to find your balance again, to find your new center of gravity in navigating all of these things, because this healing work is no easy task, okay? It's highly difficult. It's trauma, okay? And there are no right answers, but as slow as things have been, as stagnant as it may seem, there's definitely a lot of things that are ongoing in the background that are is not physical to the naked eye, okay? Let's see what else. And we have also, we're both waiting for the other to make the first move. So you are more than likely someone who overextended at first, overgave, you overdid, okay? But that sort of dynamic, of course, there was no long term sustainability. It had to come to an end. And we have here sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, and it's actually wait. Let's see what else we have. The more I tried to hide my feelings, the more obvious they become. Something about you allows you to see this person on a very, very deep core level, and it scares the hell out of this person. You're very intuitive. They're not, obviously, and that's to your advantage. If you're questioning it, you already know the answer. So there's definitely a lot of unanswered questions. There's a huge communication and conversation that has been long overdue between the two of you. So there's definitely some sort of incoming message here from this person. And yeah, and that's obviously in the hopes of coming into some sort of alignment with you, an apology that's long overdue that needs to be delivered to you, and to get on the same page as you. and get more clarity about the whole situation, right? Because they've tried to move on, and more than likely, you have also tried to move on, but no one really compares to you, okay? And this person, okay, this sort of attraction is so powerful, it's so cerebral, okay? This is everything that they're afraid of, okay? They're definitely thinking that if things do not work out, as much as they deeply fear losing you permanently, okay, and that's a real fear, they definitely also fear if this doesn't work out, what then what does this mean for them? Okay, that's definitely, there's definitely a lot of lingering fears that this person need to break through, and that's why there hasn't been any evidence, any clear signs of things moving forward at all, actually. So all of this, all of it, obviously these are mental limitations. Are they necessarily true? Yes or no, right? But you really will not know unless you try. So yeah, like I said earlier, you this is that maybe something that you had to step back from. You had to learn and realize you need to protect your own energy. You cannot be entertaining someone who is wishy-washy, who's breadcrumbing you, stonewalling you, keeping you at a distance. And this person is a runner. Okay, that is crystal clear here. They like to run away from their problems. They're a classic avoidant. And unfortunately, running away does not solve problems, okay? So let's see what else is going on here. Covering this. Let's go with Tangled Love. Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of releasing of baggage here, emotional baggage, and of which both of you can definitely use at this time. Um, but this person is deeply, deeply infatuated by you, okay? And this distance and no communication is basically putting them at a breaking point. They're definitely coming to a realization, deep, huge realization that their sabotaging patterns about them, their toxic patterns of pushing people away, shutting people out. They definitely have to do massive evaluation. Most definitely, I would recommend journaling for them and truly come into terms to what it is that's stopping them from coming forward, okay? Because deep down, they want this with you, okay? We have growing together. They want to share a future with you, they want a life with you, and they have not been, no one has ever made them feel this way. They have never met anybody like you. But the reason this whole experience, this whole connection has been so intense is because both of you are being activated, okay? You are high level soulmates or twin flames, take what resonates. And there's definitely a lot of signs and synchronicities regarding this soulmate connection here. As painfully slow and painfully stagnant things have been, you're definitely being asked more than, well, more specifically required to surrender control, surrender ego, okay? Much of your spiritual awakening definitely requires ego death. um, we all have such preconceived notions of how things should be, how to take better control of how things should unfold, but you're definitely being called to surrender control and literally leave it in divine timing, okay? 1111 can also be a sign for you that this is in fact your reading. um yeah, so this person, um they're definitely not in the mature mindset when you first met each other, okay? So all of that baggage, emotional garbage, really has to go, okay? There's no going around it, there's no avoiding it. This needs some sort of resolution, okay? They are definitely called to do some inner work, some soul searching. Okay. Um, let's see what else in here. But yeah, the cards are painfully clear that you are destined to be in each other's lives. You're meant to play a much bigger role, and it's already a profound, transformative impact that you both have in each other. So by the time that they definitely come back into your life, they're really gonna be committed this time. There is no wishy-washy. There's no more psychological mind games at play anymore. They're definitely going to make it abundantly clear to you that they're in it for the long run. This is not going to be another pit stop. They want the whole thing, okay? But there's definitely some turmoil that needs to come to surface here that haven't broken through that surface just yet. And this can be hidden truths. You're definitely gonna be finding out about each other's baggages, not just for this person but also about you. um, and that's definitely part of your journey. And believe it or not, even though regardless of the distance, regardless of the no communication, you're walking very much so in a parallel line. Okay, you match each other's energy, you match each other, and that's part of your journey. Okay, you're both equally working on yourselves, and by the time that you intersect into each other's lives again, things will naturally start to flow. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. I'm gonna be opening what is this, romance angels. Let's see here. I also equally love these cards. Yeah, so we have bottom of the deck, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So divine feminine, you may be someone who has a high standard when it comes to dating, but somehow this person bypasses that. And you're definitely being reminded to literally put yourself first. When you draw up these boundaries, okay, and not allow people to take advantage of your kindness, to not take advantage of your generosity, you're also enabling them to disrespect you, okay? Kindness does not equate to being taken advantage of at your own, to your own detriment, okay? That is not the healthy kind of love. Um, this person is definitely healing family issues. They may have abandonment issues. So they definitely did not have the proper role models to display the healthy kind of love. I see here your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So yeah, this is definitely a deeply challenging time for this person, and they're definitely coming into a realization that they need to free themselves from this past, and not so much erase the past, because the past will always be a part of them, but not necessarily define all of who they are and who they get to be, okay, and determine their future. Okay, there is some sort of spiritual liberation coming from this person that needs to be had to even come forward and be get on the same page as you. Let's see what else we have. Very soon. Okay, so clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So this communication from this person, um it will come in maybe sooner than you may think. I know it's been painfully time consuming, so by the time this happens for you, um it will almost seem like it just kind of fell onto your lap, okay? And literally out of thin air. That's literally how it's gonna happen for you. And we have romantic feelings for you, and very much so a honeymoon phase is definitely underway. This is the most fun, enjoyable time. Now, of course, all these things, the apology, getting on the same page needs to be had. But behind that is this the most pleasurable, enjoyable, most fun phase of dating is underway. Okay, let's see what else is going on. I'm gonna be tapping into tarot here. We have ethereal visions, tarot. We have Queen of Wands. Okay, you are someone who is very, very highly independent thinker here. And sorry, let's see what else. Ace of Pentacles. So in the meantime of this separation, you're definitely being called to work on yourself, work on your craft, more specifically, work on your money, your career path. You may have a breakthrough of an idea, an innovation of this thing, whatever this is, it's definitely calling you to walk into your hermit season, lock-in season, and this is your calling. Okay, this is your soul's mission. You might be a light worker of some sort. You definitely had a huge transformative shift that's taken place, that's allowed you to shed all these, self-limiting beliefs that, why so and so cannot happen. But you're walking into this very significant era, new chapter into your life. Okay, and we have the Sun, which is the happiest, emotional, fulfilling card. It's definitely significant of your success. Okay, and right next to that is literally the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I'm definitely getting the message here to not even worry about this guy, about this romantic connection. We have the World, we have Four of Wands, the Tower, and Two of Cups. Wow, and Eight of Wands. So things will rapidly take place here because of Eight of Wands here. Just kind of lean into your, self-developing experience whilst you're in your separation, because before you know it, things will rapidly change. Okay, Eight of Wands here, things will just kind of fall literally out of thin air. There's definitely a lot of celebrations underway. You will be reaching milestones as far as your success, your abundance that you're tapping into, your wealth. And this is a positive tower, okay, for you, collective, okay? And along with that is a huge leaving behind of old stagnant cycles in your life. And this Two of Cups energy is your soulmate literally coming into your life to permanently close the cycles, these karmic loops, and literally serve the purpose of being in each other's lives. Okay, and that would be all of your messages for today. If you like this reading, please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below what message resonated with you the most, and follow all my social media platforms. And I hope you all have had a very nice warm holidays with your loved ones, and have a good one. Bye.